What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez, 16 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'8" with a 68.5-inch arm reach, will be making his ring return August 13th as he takes on Pedro Campa, who has 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 23 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out once in his career. 30 years of age, 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. With that said, Teofimo Lopez, he suffered a shocking defeat in his last fight. That was back in November of 2021 when he took on now former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr., who was going into the fight 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. Teofimo Lopez, he was the heavy favorite in that fight, going against George Kambosos, who was his IBF mandatory challenger. And Teofimo Lopez, he got dropped in the opening round. He ended up dropping George Kambosos in the 10th round. George Kambosos faced adversity, and he weathered the storm. He won the championship rounds 11 and 12 and shocked the world, getting a split decision victory over Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez in that fight, he stated that he had a lot of issues going on. He had an esophagus injury that he was dealing with. He was dealing with struggling with making weight, coming down to 135. He was dealing with some family issues at home, personal issues. So there was a lot going on, according to the reports dealing with Teofimo Lopez. So with that said, Teofimo Lopez in the fight was looking very, very one-dimensional. He was looking just to knock out George Kambosos. Looked like he was underestimated George Kambosos drastically, and that was he paid the price for it, right? Teofimo Lopez has now since stated that he's going to be more versatile. You're going to see a whole different version of Teofimo Lopez. He's now practicing to be a switch fighter, okay? He's practicing and training to be able to be versatile, to switch from Southpaw to Orthodox, okay? So now he wants to, create different angles, as he should have been done. And now he's only 24 years of age. He's a very athletic fighter. He does have power in both hands, okay? He does have a high ring IQ. And he's durable, okay, and he has a heart. And Teofimo Lopez is somebody that seemingly always stays in shape. You never see him in between fights enjoying the fruits of his labor and drastically out of shape and having to have weight loss camps. But I just think he's a growing young adult, and just like his fellow lightweights in undefeated lightweight, undisputed world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who's 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Devin Haney, who is somebody who is always dedicated and committed to the sport of boxing, he's always saying that he has trouble making 135 pounds because they're growing, okay? So this is not something uncommon in what Teofimo Lopez is going through. But what Teofimo Lopez is going through as far as adjustments in the ring, his father, trainer, and manager, Teofimo Lopez Sr., didn't seem to have a game plan when George Kambosos had surprised them, okay? They had no adjustments that they was making. They didn't, have any plan Bs. Their plan B was to get George Kambosos out of the ring. The plan C was to get George Kambosos out of the ring. And plan D was get George Kambosos knockout out of the ring. Okay, you can even hear his father in the corner saying, why is this guy still in the ring with us? Why are you still letting him hang around? No adjustments, okay? No, he wasn't showing any head movement. He was flat-footed, just trying to walk George Kambosos down, and it just simply didn't work, okay? And so now he's working on a whole different game plan. Now, what's ironic is that they put up a footage of Teofimo Lopez busting a wall bag, okay? He just saying power, 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 okay? Well, that's what got him in trouble in the first place with George Kambosos, just looking to land his power punches. And he was dealing with somebody who was slick, who was moving around, and who was determined to, be victorious. And that hurt Teofimo Lopez big time, okay? And now you have a situation where Teofimo Lopez is now saying that, you know, he wants to be more versatile. He wants to be more slick, okay? So he's looking to be a fighter that's a switch fighter to give different angles, switch from Southpaw to Orthodox. There's currently 2 fighters in the sport of boxing right now that have that ability and are very, very effective at doing so. And that's undefeated rising welterweight superstar title contender Jaron Boots Ennis, who is 29 wins, no loss and no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age himself, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach, okay? He switches from Southpaw to Orthodox very fluidly. Then you have undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be the #1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terrence Bud Crawford, okay? Terrence Crawford is 38 wins, no loss, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. So Teofimo Lopez, 24 years of age, he can incorporate this into his game plan. He had the opportunity to fight Devin Haney, and it didn't come to fruition. That was an opportunity missed. Well, now Teofimo Lopez is focusing on being more versatile, and he's moving up to junior welterweight. Again, he's going to face Pedro Campa, who has been knocked out before, has a draw on his resume, but seems to be a big puncher. You know, he's going to be taller and more rangy than Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez in this weight class could be, you know, more comfortable. You know, he don't have to drain himself. There was a lot going on with the buildup between Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos as the fight was postponed numerous of times. It was reported that Teofimo Lopez tested positive for the C-19, you know, so there was a lot going on. And you could see him displaying his power here, but we got to have adjustments, head movement, versatility. That's more important than displaying that power, okay? And, you know, Teofimo Lopez, it was building up for Teofimo Lopez in a mega fight with Devin Haney, okay? And he dropped the ball. Devin Haney was going into it, WBC lightweight champion. Teofimo Lopez was a unified lightweight champion. They should have fought for undisputed. Well, Teofimo Lopez, again, I feel like they underestimated George Kambosos. They didn't have a plan B. They didn't have a plan C. They definitely didn't have a plan D, okay? And he lost, and then we see Devin Haney go to Australia June 4th, in the United States, June 5th in Australia, and dominate George Kambosos, winning every single round, pitching a shutout, not giving George Kambosos any momentum, right? He completely dominated the fight. And this that was disappointing because the fight everybody wanted to see was Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez dropped the ball. Now, there's still room for that fight to take place, as eventually Devin Haney's going to move up to 140 as well. Now, Teofimo Lopez, he got to be successful at 140. Now, the belts are clearing up at 140. There was undisputed junior welterweight 140-pound world champion British superstar boxer Josh Taylor, who held all the belts. But he has since now vacated multiple belts, and he's only a 2-belt holder. So the belts are loosening up at 140, which gives Teofimo Lopez the opportunity to fight for a belt at 140, okay? And Devin Haney, again, he'll eventually be at 140 in about 2 fights. Now, he has signed a lucrative deal with ESPN in Top Rank, okay? So, you know, that clears the room for Devin Haney. Now that Devin Haney is with ESPN in Top Rank, okay, that clears room for Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight. Now, obviously, it has lost some of his luster, seeing as though Teofimo Lopez has taken a loss. But a couple of good wins for Teofimo Lopez at 140. Okay, let's say Devin Haney, you know, let's say Devin Haney, you know, fights Lomachenko, right? He wants to fight 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, who is 16 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. No draws. 11 wins by way of knockout, 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach. Devin Haney announced that he's coming back in the ring in October, as well as Lomachenko has now announced that he'll be back in the ring in October. So let's say Devin Haney fights Lomachenko in his next fight in October. Then Devin Haney vacates the belts, moves up. Now, he has a rematch clause for the belts for a fight with George Kambosos, not to fight George Kambosos. George Kambosos has a right to earn, to get an opportunity to regain the belts, okay, but not to fight Devin Haney. So let's say Devin Haney fights Lomachenko, moves up to 140. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney can happen at 140 now for some belts. So, you know, it's still opportunities. Teofimo Lopez is still young. I think he'll rectify that loss. I think that, you know, he's going to beat Pedro Campa, you know, in dramatic fashion. You know, his confidence seems to be building back up. You know, and then there's fights, maybe a Regis Prograis fight, former IBF junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer for Teofimo Lopez. Let's say Teofimo Lopez fights and beats Regis Prograis. Josh Taylor, I think Josh Taylor, who is a top-ranked fighter, ESPN fighter, but I think that Josh Taylor is eventually moving up to 147. I don't think that Josh Taylor can hang around 140 much longer. Okay, he already complained that he's struggling to make weight. So I think that Josh Taylor eventually is on his way out as well. But there's a fight there for Regis Prograis. 27 wins, 1 loss, no draw. 23 wins by way of knockout. 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 67-inch arm reach for Teofimo Lopez. Let's say he fights and beats Regis Prograis. Devin Haney moves up. It's a massive fight right there for Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, unfinished business. Again, Josh Taylor at 5'10". You know, he's a very big guy. I don't even know how he even makes 140 to begin with. So I definitely can't see Josh Taylor, you know, sticking around 140 any much longer. He complained that his struggles against Jack Catterall was because of that, you know. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Teofimo Lopez, new style of switching from Southpaw to Orthodox, says the new takeover. That's all I got for y'all. Follow your boy Blue on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.